are currently in the sunshine city of Malaga. Yeah, so feeling good, got some energy today. The city is feeling nice, and we're going to go and check out some music and that. I'm full up with mangoes. I've had three mangoes today, and loads of juice. Great juice that. Great juice from Lidl's. Not that I'm trying to sell Lidl's or anything. Yeah, so we're going to see what happens in the city. Sunshine City. I can't say those 3 words properly. Tongue twister. Yeah, so and then heading on to Gibraltar maybe after. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, we made it to Malaga. Woo! Well, the sun's going down in another day in paradise. Paradise, of course, which is that earth. It's this earth. We live in paradise. This earth is paradise. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's by the sea. This looks pretty nice, this actually. Pretty beautiful. So, yeah, so this is the practicalities of eating healthy while you're travelling. The jars, very helpful. Jars of chickpeas, which we put extra stuff in, like avocado and celery and beetroot and all that. Yeah, I just couldn't keep going. Got a bit knackered, so I thought I'd get something to eat. This is delicious. Though actually could do with some lemon in it. That'd be nice. Working on a song at the moment. It's coming together quite nicely. Trying to get in the songwriter mode, you know. This is really beautiful. This is really beautiful, I've got to say. A lot of people, you know, on those scooter things. A lot of people riding bikes and that here. Seems that they love to stay fit, you know, which is good. Oh well, anyway, just thought to say hello. I better go and eat my stuff and get set up, because the light will go quicker than I realise, you know, which it always does. So it's good to make sure you get out before it's dark, because it's nice to set up the tent when it's, you know, when you can see what you're doing, sort of thing, which is good. I keep wondering whether I can see, you know, like Morocco and that over there, but I don't see anything yet. Maybe when we get to Gibraltar. Maybe when we get there. Did some cool stuff today. Did some music with this beatboxer guy by the sea. That was cool. He was good at what he did, actually. I kind of wish I could do that myself. Maybe I can. Just need to get used to it, you know. Feeling very grateful. Feeling very alive. Fresh air. Need to deep breathe more. Yeah. Definitely need to deep breathe more. Meditate more. Yeah. Definitely need to do that more. I love the light in these. This is beautiful. Yeah, so for a few miles here, it's just all holiday resort stuff. I couldn't believe it, actually. I've been going for an hour already, and I still haven't got out of this place. I think it's another 2 or 3 hours, actually, to get out, so a long way to go, you know. But there you go. Oh well, take care anyway. Cheers. Okay, so what we wanted to do tonight was get high up on this hill, because it's the only place where there's actually, well, for one, some space from that, which is pretty beautiful actually. Yeah, it's pretty damn big. It's like an extension of Malaga, really, but it's like the holiday resort area. I mean, to think that most of that is built on holiday resort is just phenomenal, really, you know. And this is just like, this is nothing compared to the whole, you know, you've got from here maybe to Gibraltar on and off of like crazy holiday maker stuff, you know, so really powerful, you know, really full on money making place. And you've got the cable car ride thing up there, but looks like the place I wanted to go to is up there, which is barred, but we're going to go up anyway, because that's the type of people we are. We like to find out what things are all about. So yeah, it's just trying to find somewhere that's like off the grid, you know. But yeah, it's a nice little gate there, so we're going through that sensibly, because there's nothing else around here and I don't fancy going another 2 hours. It's nice to get set up, you know, when it's dark. It really is. Before it's dark, you know, or at least when it's just started getting dark, you know, and get sleep and wake up really early. So that's what we're going to do tonight, at least we hope so. As long as everything goes to plan, I will be in my tent very shortly. All I can say is this is one steep buggery of a hill. If I let go of that brake, that bike is gone. We're you can't see much here really, but you can see below the crazy tourist place, and I'm literally on this extremely steep gravel path here. We're going up that way. There's cable cars, you can't see it actually, but anyways, cable cars like every so and so distance. Well, we managed to get up that hill, and that was quite a belter. That was quite something, I've got to say. Very, very steep, and hilarious really, just trying to push that bike up it. If anything ever gets too steep, you just have to take all the bags off, you know, and really push it up. But yeah, I was sliding about all over the place. Oh, it's hilarious. But yeah, no, I feel quite strong these days though. Doing things like that feels very easy. So I found a very special place actually, and this is really beautiful actually. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what it is, because we need a bit of daylight for that. But yeah, I kept on going up the hill, kept on going and going, and there's cable cars go up there, which you just probably can't see at all, but and there's massive rock face up there, which is really quite amazing. But yeah, just round here we can see again the city, and well, I mean, I call it a city because it's still like a city, but it seems to be just one big city that goes along the coast, even though this is not strictly Malaga anymore, you know. But yeah, you can see the planes coming in and out from Malaga. There's some light in the distance actually. I've been wondering what that is. It could be a ship, or it could be a city on the other side, Morocco or whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, it's nice to be able to get up a hill like that without, you know, dying, without being too knackered, you know. So that's really cool. I definitely think eating really healthy is definitely helping. It's keeping the energy flat like that, you know, it's keeping it very stable. And there's a negative and positive to that. I mean, a lot of us, like, we eat and, you know, it aggravates the system and it makes us more, think we're more energetic, you know, and we seem more, like, excited and stuff, but it's not always coming from a truest excitement, if you know what I mean. You know, it's a high sort of thing, you know. And my friend was talking to me today about the food and that again, and saying how great it is, you know, but also that, you know, when he alters and changes his food, he feels more emotion come up, and that can be really hard, you know. So point is, it makes you feel more real, you know, but being stable is nice, because, you know, you've not got these mood swings and stuff, you know, and I do prefer that, really, you know. And it's nice to have a clear mind, so you can really think about what you're doing, you know. And I'm trying to songwrite at the moment, so that's really cool. But yeah, I'll show you tomorrow nice you know, view of this place. But I might get in the tent in a minute and just do a bit more video about this food thing, you know, because my mate had been asking some questions in that, and it's good to get that sort of feedback. It's good to meet other people that are trying to do a similar thing, you know, and they feel called to, you know, change and alter their life and the way they feel via their food choices, you know, and really care about the body and that, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to say also that you know, I don't have much time really to go on the internet or say things to people, you know. I have a quick browse once in a while, but don't have much battery life really, you know. So I only just started getting it the last few days again. That's because in Malaga it's just so sunny, you know, which is really cool. And I have to make sure that the solar panel is always facing the sun, and it's better to stay still rather than be riding all the time, you know. So it really wants direct sunlight on it, you know, but it's good. I managed to get, you know, a certain amount of power, so that's really cool. I've got videos I want to do, I've got songs I want to record, and ideas and sketches and stuff, research needed to do, communities in Portugal. So yeah, it's funny how we rely so deeply on technology, isn't it, you know, for our daily needs. But yeah, just learning so much with all this, learning when to have rest, you know, and I'm aware I need to have rest twice in the day really to get more balance, and really I think it's good for everyone really on the planet right now to sort of like stop and tune in and really just, you know, breathe for a minute and just let go of everything for a second and really think. It could be anything. It could be water, I need some water, or it could be, you know, I need to go out for a walk, or whatever it is, you know. And in fast-paced society, you know, being able to stop and you know, go within is very powerful. So we all know what we need to do more. It's not always so easy doing it, but, you know, over time, hopefully, the idea is you go up the spiral of evolution, and you know, things get better. So that's what we want. That's what this is all about. And yeah, a certain level of goodness. Radiant, being radiant. It's about being radiant from our soul. So there she is. There's a lovely bike there. And we're going to unpack everything again, do our daily routine, and hopefully not be disturbed. I very much doubt it around here. So yeah, we're going to put the tent around here somewhere. That'll be nice. I can hear the traffic actually coming off, bouncing off the cliffs up there and back here, but it's not as bad as it is hearing it straight on. So that's cool. It's nice to sleep with the least traffic noise, just for a more deeper sleep, although I do put headphones in. I've got these headphones that are really noise cancelling actually, and I tend to put those in, which is really nice, you know, because you just can't hear a damn thing. Although actually you start to hear your own heartbeat and things quite a bit, so it's interesting really. What else was I going to say? Oh, I've got a freaky shadow behind me up there. What else was I going to say? Damn it. Yeah, just that it was good today doing some music. And yeah, I've really felt like I really want to learn the bossa nova chords, or at least like Brazilian stuff. So it's funny, isn't it, how we, you know, we like music from different cultures and it resonates with us, you know. But that bossa nova stuff is just something really that I really feel, even though you could say some of it's quite bland, like in its sound. You know, it's quite, a lot of it from Brazil is quite bland. I don't know how the Portuguese here will be in Europe, but I think that's a positive thing, because if I take some of that in my music, like some of that, you know, beautiful bossa nova stuff, but funk it up a bit at times, you know, give it a bit more fire. I expect because it's such a hot country, you know, there's less fire energy in people, you know, so and for me as a musician, it's having a balance of all those elements, all the elements, you know. That's really a powerful thing, to have all that in your music, you know, sort of thing, which I really love. So I really feel called to do that. But sometimes a certain genre or certain style just really, you know, resonates with you, and that's what I found today when I was hearing someone play bossa nova. It's like, what is that chord? Tell me. I should have just gone in there, like they were practicing for their gig, you know. So it was like, but anyway, yeah, it's when you hear something that just really, I love the beauty, you know. I love the beauty in the music, and especially when it connects with nature, you know, when it's almost as if the music's expressing the beauty of nature, you know. And then there's, of course, when you feel in love, things like that, you know. So I think that's what I'm here to do, like express that stuff as well as the sort of, you know, funky or the exciting or the heavy sort of stuff as well, you know. All of it's got its place, it's all valid, you know. So yeah, feeling really excited for that. Anyway, I think I'll wrap it up there, and let's see what this place is in the morning, which is quite nice, and I'll show you the view. It's just lovely, really is, really nice. And it's nice that it's not too cold still, you know, but we've got December and January to go yet, so I don't know how faring sleeping out like that is. Another thing is I'm getting like really used to just like being dirty, you know, out here, you know. I'm not getting as many hostels as I could do due to money and that, but over time I'll, you know, be able to get more hostels and that, and get showers and that. But it's interesting, really, you know. It's like we're so used to certain elements, so certain things that we have, you know, and I'm realizing about letting those things go more, you know. So all in all, once you can get in the rhythm with these bigger life changes, you know, it's quite powerful, you know. But it's getting yourself in that rhythm and knowing what you need and when you need it, and you know, being out like this isn't for everyone. And so, some days I'm like, why am I doing this, you know? Some days I'm really just like, what the hell, you're nuts, you know. You know, and like you're getting older, and you know, you can't do another 10 years of this, you need a base, you need to be stable, you know. And then I think to myself, well, like, you know, how am I going to get, like, you know, however many grand together to get something, you know. So whatever, you know, but that's all fear, and it's good to just try and let that go and just do what you're here to do, you know. Be what you're here to be, you know, because we can't control any of it, you know. Can't control any of this life, and I suppose a certain element of trust is needed, and just to you know, to go with the flow, as long as you're not just going with the flow in a you know, in a way in which you're giving your power away, but more like you're going with the flow in a way where you feel on path, you know. You feel inspired, and you feel, you know, aligned is the word. And I keep hearing in my head, you know, this is your destiny. So yeah, we're talking about almost like aligning ourselves with something that is so powerful, so for us, so beautiful for us, that it's almost like it magnetizes us, you know. We get magnetized into that vortex of that energy, which is us, you know, rather than, you know, because obviously we learnt from a child, you know, to sort of, and through the schooling system, all that, especially for creative souls, that wasn't really what was wanted as much. And, you know, to pull yourself out of that orbit. But really what we want to do is like orbit ourselves back into a rhythmic pattern in life which serves the soul, you know, which serves our evolution, you know. And that's what this has all been about for me, you know. And there's so many things to life to get a balance, you know. And ultimately I do feel it's about balance, you know. It's not about polarization or like, you know, saying this is the right way and that's wrong and this is how you should and all that stuff. You know, it's not how it works. You know, it's like we need to be able to be dynamic human beings. You know, we need to. You know, that's how life works. Life flows. Life shifts and changes depending on what's needed at any moment. Life is. The universe is inherently intelligent. You know, so the more we can stop controlling and get out of the way of that intelligence, and the more we can actually, you know, tap into that intelligence, be that intelligence, you know, allow's a good word, you know, the better, you know. But it's like I can say all that, but it's not necessarily, you know, that I'm living that, you know. But I do believe that, you know, the more we get connected to what it is we're here to do on the earth, or even just what makes us feel inspired, you know, as soon as we start doing that, you know, other things start to fall into place. The things that we don't feel as happy about life about tend to fall into place, or we can deal with them better, you know. So essentially, I guess what I'm saying is that in the modern way of our normal world, you know, for quite a few thousand years, I suppose, well, we've always struggled as a human species at times, you know, but, you know, we've not known how to play the game of life. You know, we've not really known how to work with the universe for quite a while as a species in general, you know. And so I suppose it's time to sort of learn that, you know. And, you know, being ourselves, being authentic, being who we are. Well, that's one thing. It's not always the most easy, but that's why I'm recording this video, you know, just to actually be real. But anyway, point is, you know, if we're living a lie, we don't feel comfortable with it. Other people don't feel comfortable with it. They feel they have to disown themselves and shift and change, you know. It's not really the way, you know, that someone like me wants to live. I want to live more authentically. And when we do that, it inspires others to live their authentic truth, you know. So that's what it's all about. And this life's a beautiful gift. We know that so much. And let's keep on keeping on. Let's keep on keeping on. So anyway, that's what I feel about all that. Yeah, I mean, you know, all the people who listen to these videos and that, even if it's just one or two, I'm not bothered, you know, if it's just my close friends or whatever, you know, a couple of friends, you know. You know, I'm very proud of some of the people that I know, you know, they've, you know, don't mean to say it in a weird way, but just, you know, well, everybody, you know, I mean, no matter where you are in your life, you know, that's what I think you start to see in life, you know, that everybody is, you know, has a beauty to them. Everybody is unique and has a gift, and, you know, we should be trying to appreciate others for who they are, really, you know. And that's not easy, you know, because we have expectations of how we think life should be, people should be, you know, and we can't, well, I mean, you know, if you keep on waiting, you know, you might find people in your life who be how you want them to be, but it's better for you to just be how you want to be and accept how they are, you know, and be you, you know, and life can shift and change around you, you know. Anyway, there's a bit of wisdom for the day, for the evening. It's time to get into the tent and do some deep breathing, relax, and have a little bit of food, because I've got a load of chickpeas and stuff, and salad, so I'll carry all that. Oh, excuse me. Right, that's it. Time to go. Cheers. Here we are then. I literally just woke up. Now the cable cars have started moving already. Hope no one can see me. You see my tent is my tent's still up, and these cable cars started going. But it said that they didn't go until like 9, whatever. Maybe they're just testing them at the moment. Oh, it doesn't matter. So there's the view. Pretty amazing. It's going to be a bit of a cloudy day today, I think, so I'm going to save this power and keep this video as short as possible, really. But yeah, that's the road we've got to go back down again, so that'll be quite fun on the bike. It's very steep at one point just over there, so I might have to walk down there, because if one of those brakes fails, I'm gonna. So yeah, don't want to be a goner. And there's the cross there. There's the cross. I was doing a bit of prayers last night and ancestral clearing stuff. That was good. Woke up in the night with a bit of a weird impression. Excuse me. So yeah, we got the tent set up there. And then here there's this little shrine thing, which is quite nice. But last night I dreamt that I went inside here. So what's all that about? They said in my dream, it said there's a lady who comes here. But yeah, there you go. I can't really see it, but there she is. So that's nice. So that's partly why I thought, oh, I'll give you a chance to do some prayers here, you know, stuff. I thought that was a good idea. So you know, you're about to have it, really. I don't know if these cable cars like they stop every. Oh yeah, just see me with my tent. Oh well. I better get my stuff together and get down from the mountain. It was very cold here last night, actually. It was pretty full on cold. And that right in the distance you can see there, it's like Malaga around the corner there. So we've come a long, long way together through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should. Yeah, so let's get on it. All I can say is you definitely need good brakes for this. I literally came down from the cross, which you can only just see in the distance there. That took me about 40 seconds, 1 minute. I was coming down this hill like at a lightning speed. It's really mad. But the path's getting a little bit better now. But that was crazy, joggling about all over the place. Oh, you gotta love it. Some people were working on the cable cars there. That was interesting. Yep, it's this last bit here that the brakes won't take it. The brakes are full on. The brakes were full on down that bit there, but gonna have to walk this bit because those brakes they're full on and they can't stop the bike going down. I suppose that's testament to how much weight there is on the bike. And we're getting there. We'll be back down the bottom very soon. Whew. That's one hell of a track, that is. There's Lidl. I can see Lidl. Right, we're going to Lidl. That says it now. Lidl's nearby. So I've managed to get out without my bike in the tourist world. That's quite interesting. Not having the bike with me and knowing what that feels like. I feel very light. And yeah, very light but emotionally a little bit heavy today. I don't know, it's wearing on me, the whole consumeristic, you know, buy me thing. I'm not feeling very enthusiastic about any of it, really. Well, that's alright, we have our down days. Let's go to the fruit area. Hello, how's it going? So because I've been going a bit crazy out there in the wild all the time, you know. Decided to get a place, €29. But it'd be nice to get a shower in a minute, so I'm going to go and do that, I think. It's been quite full on, you know, so I'm just making my little bit of food here. I've got the heater on there as well, which is nice. Just try and get this heated up as nice as possible because the shower is a bit on the cold side. It's hard to know whether you should complain about things or not, really, isn't it, at times, you know. I'll just deal with it and get into this warm bed after. But yeah, I had to get a place because it was getting a bit much and I'm getting a bit smelly and yucky, you know. So I felt like that must be done. I'm just making my little cocktail of food in my jar. Chickpeas, a bit of coconut, a bit of hummus in with chickpeas, which is quite nice. That's the only thing I've got that's kind of manufactured, so I'm trying to keep everything as simple as I can, you know. That was the point of this video, really. It was about the sobriety, you know, about being crystal clear and here and present, you know, rather than drugged and, you know, numbing out, and because that is a big part of the system, you know, a big part of the system that we're living in is all about numbing ourselves out, you know. It's about money being made out of our addictions and the parasites in us that love to feed, you know. And the parasites like the more manufactured foods, you know. So, what's that? That's all that is. Anyway, yeah, so basically, you know, I'm noticing more being out there, the tourist stuff and how mad it is and how everywhere is mad, you know, not just tourist places, but, you know, our culture in general, the earth, you know, the people of the earth, and the need to sell things to make money. You know, we create more things than we actually buy. You know, we're manufacturing so much. You know, extortionate rate. It's unbelievable. You know, and you know, it kind of matters really. That's good. So there's loads of water already in the in with the chickpeas, so it's all gone a bit watery. Anyway, so I'll just try and make this quick really because I need to get my shower. But so this, through eating like really clear, which is just trying to keep it as natural as possible and not be addicted to anything, you know, the mood, our mood seems to just be very, very stable, you know, very balanced. It's almost too stable. It's almost like as if you can feel a little bit like, it's almost like waking up to life and the world around you, you know, and, you know, it doesn't seem to feel always a positive thing, you know, because you see the madness for how it is, you know, and you're not artificially stimulating your system, you're not artificially making yourself feel the way, you know. So I guess you become more in tune with your feelings, more in tune with what's actually stored in your body, you know. So if you've got grief in there, if you've got something that you need to express or say, that stuff that's usually low level in the background, at the lowest level, comes to the forefront, you know. And my friend was saying about this as well recently, you know. So there's this real clarity, and already, I mean, you wouldn't believe this, sounds like a joke, but I can feel the difference from eating the, you know, the hummus which has been manufactured, than like this the stuff as it comes from nature, you know, which seems to bring a real clarity. I suppose that's the thing I've been wondering, like, why am I feeling recently more, it's almost like I can hear my soul calling in the background, you know, my soul calling, and realising that what appears directly in front of me doesn't serve, you know, the materialism, all these things. I mean, part of me wants to be able to have the money to buy nice clothes, blah, blah, but that's like a take it or leave it thing, you know, you don't necessarily need to have it, but you don't necessarily need to push away materialism, you know, because we need to be mindful of it, of course. But the sobriety, like the coming off these things, really brings this clarity, really brings you back into centre, into what really matters in my life, because it's almost like you're not denying anything, you're not in denial, that's it, yeah, you're not in denial. When you're not in denial, you can really face what is true in your life. And one of the biggest things is, you know, when we are using food to numb out, you know, to numb out the actual body and the emotions, you know, and the clarity that comes, you know, through cleansing the system is really, really powerful. But as a result, it's almost like this monster of the sea starts welling up, you know, and you feel this churning movement. It's like the sediment, you know, everything starts to move that has been stuck in one place, you know, through these chemical-laden foods, through overloading the digestive system, you know, through all that. So it's not about pushing ourselves to limits like fasting, unless our body feels called to do that, you know, but it's about actually trying to tune ourselves back into nature, realising what substances do we put in our body which cloud the mind, cloud the thinking, you know, cloud the clarity, and ultimately numb out the body system, numb out the emotions, you know, and all that. So it's interesting because this tends to happen to people, you know, they get more clear again, these emotions well up, and then they're like, oh, you know, but not consciously, but in the subconscious, they immediately want to go and get more food, or to distract on Netflix, or, you know, distract on Facebook. And I'm noticing that more. It's almost like through cleansing my system, it's almost like you can see that in the world more. You can see this sort of spiral of unconsciousness more that's going on around you, you know, and you think, oh my God, you know. So in some way, because you see that so much in your face, people think, oh, you're being negative, you know, but it's not being negative. We need to be able to experience the highs and the lows, you know, because they're what's there, you know, not stay stuck in one space, but be able to be dynamic with it, you know, and flow. So in a way, it's like we're uncovering what's underneath all of this. I'll just turn off this, turn off the heater a minute, just for a bit of quietness and clarity. So it's almost as if like there's a cupboard in our house that's never been opened, you know, and in that cupboard is like a big section of our soul and ourself, you know. and through making choices that keep us clear in our life, especially food choices, especially, not smoking, drinking, all those things which really put us into unconsciousness, So I can feel that my body is definitely, something's churning up. It's been like a week or two since I've started eating clear again, not having the manufactured foods. So hummus is the only thing that I've had, which is a man-made idea of taking ingredients and mixing them together, and creating an imbalance out of that because of it. Because basically the plants as they come, they're in balance, they're as they're meant to be, So when we create like intense sugar and then like intense whatever, then the body doesn't know what to do, and it's like it's going like that, it's not. And that is affecting the mind, and the way we process, so the fact that we actually use food to numb out our emotions is one of the biggest things that humans struggle to deal with, because one of the biggest things that humans struggle to deal with is their suppressed emotions, I'm just going to breathe a minute just to try and get some clarity. So it's like the pull for things like cheese. For cheese and bread is one of the two biggest, Sugar. So essentially what I'm saying is that a lot of the time our food choices are not soul-guided. We do have parasites in our body, and the scientists admit that, and those parasites affect even our moods and our emotions to get us to have certain foods, So a lot of what we see around us is what we would actually call drug-induced, even if it's just that people are high off sugar. And people might laugh at that, but it hasn't been taken seriously enough that what we are actually ingesting is really, really having a big effect on our psyche, and especially over time, is creating blockages within the system, within the body system. I've known for a long time now that when the breath is full and deep, that is our natural state, and that's how we need to be breathing, or at least breathing a lot more deep than we are. It's almost as if there is an unconscious program keeping the breath shallow. Now, whether that's fight, flight, trauma, or whatever, that will be part of what it is for a lot of people, not deep breathing, because their nervous system is not in the best way. But I think that there's been more going on with this, and I've not tapped into or understood it properly yet. But it may be part of AI control program on the earth, to keep the breath shallow, because that's our chi and life energy, And what I will say is when our breath is deeper, spirit will be able to get through to us more, our higher energies, our soul, guides, our protection, our family in spirit. We are infinite beings, and we do have infinite potential, and we can override anything. But I do think that the hybridization of our DNA and the manipulation that was done a long time ago is still in effect now. This is why people can't actually manage to get control over themselves and rise up the ladder of consciousness very easily, you know. And then when people do, there is often things that mislead us, you know, and get us pulled off path, and there is a multitude of distractions in this life anyway, you know. But ultimately, following our bliss and following our soul's calling and knowing what that is the protection. It's the protection from these agendas. Yet still, I would say that most humans have this issue with the breath, you know, the deep breathing. Just pray a minute. Ask for clarity and protection in this life. Please help us see clearly and not be swayed or pulled by the things of this life that are here to distract us and all the temptations. Let us enjoy life's bounty, but let it be sacred and pure from Mother Earth. Let us discern and know the difference between that which resonates harmonically with us and our body system, and that which causes friction in the gut, the mind, the emotions, and the spirit. The breath is very, very powerful. All I know is from this video is that I need to get more aware again. And I say that so many times, but it's maintaining an awareness, you know, managing to maintain it. Not because I'm on some type of trip to try and become ultra aware, but because on a deeper level I know my soul is calling for that, you know, it's calling to be as conscious as possible. As Eckhart Tolle used to say about presence and being and that state of being, there's a goodness in there, you know. I don't think he said that actually, but there's a state of good, there's a feeling of goodness in there, just like the good foods when you eat those which are clear from Mother Nature, divine, and they are designed to work with our blueprint, our sacred blueprint, you know. The agenda that's on the earth at the moment is to affect our body systems through our foods, you know. So that's why I'm still harping on about food all the time, you know. But I think I've nearly cracked it over the years, you know. I feel like I have. I'm getting very close, you know. There's two issues which are heavy carbs cause quite an overload on the system, you know. So things like chickpeas, lentils and all that, at least that they're clear, at least that they are what they are in general, as long as they're not got additives in it and stuff. But, you know, you can still overconsume those and numb out the system, you know. And, you know, it's upsetting the whole body. The other thing is dried fruits, which, because they're dried, the sugar is extremely intense, you know, so it's a lot for the body to cope with. So what we're talking about is trying to be gentle and nice with our physical body, and as a result, the sense of well-being that we feel within the body allows us to integrate and be aware on a more deeper level, wholly through us, through all our being, through the body, through our life, through all parts of us. So it's a very wholesome and integrated thing. And it's almost like we're connecting to Gaia through these plants, through the plants that she gives, So the better these plants have been treated, the better for our body system it is. So very beautiful stuff there. It's very, very beautiful, isn't it? Because she's working with us. She is working with us, not being able to keep sight of that recently, travelling everywhere and stuff. So that's about it really. It's nothing amazing this video, but I just thought I'd put something out there before I get my shower. So this is how I feel, and it's not artificially affected. I don't feel like that, and that's alright, and I think it's alright to be where you're at, I don't feel really, really depressed or anything, but, I feel more on that, there's a heavy sort of feeling there, and that is what's there, that's what's there, and it's almost like when you stop drugging yourself, you see what's actually there, So it's really powerful stuff. Oh, I've had this pain here for quite a while, I need to sort that out. Oh, sometimes living in a tent is not the best thing, But that's all I can say for now, really. But yeah, for those of you really trying to cleanse your body system, it's an amazing thing, and it takes time, and it can take years to find out what you actually need and what you don't, So, but I think I'm getting closer, so that's good, But there is a sort of a veil of amnesia that comes in that, we say one week, oh, I need to stop, or I need to cut that down, and then the next week we're back with it again. It's almost like we forget. It's like almost as if there's a program to forget, but we'll find out what that is in time. I'm not sure what it is quite yet, But I see the swirly hypnosis thing in the light that's shining on me from the camera here. And this is the point. It's about being drugged into a stupor, into a hypnosis. We're going round and round. A lot of us humans, we have the work thing, and then we go around, we buy stuff, and we consume, and there's a big level of denial, And what we're doing here is turning around and facing the truth, God bless you people, and God bless this life. Let's put this heater back on again. So I think this is the right path for me, because I feel what I do, and I have a bit of less tolerance for the system, and I think that's all right. It's coming up because I'm not engaging in it. I'm not becoming part of that agenda. So it's like there's a soul weariness, there's a soul tiredness of it. It's almost as if we could be two different people. Like if we started eating all the manufactured foods, especially the cheese and the stuff with E numbers in and all that, which take us down a different timeline, humanity down a different timeline. It's almost as if we can become a different person there, and that person, their consciousness is lower, they're not, some people can manage to still rise out of it, but overall it's not holistic, it's not what we would be doing in our truest self. We will be eating from the nature, we would be working with the spirit of the plant, and working with life. So we're talking about working with life here. Okay, I think that's about it really. So only you know what's right for you. I think I'll leave it there. Take care, eh? Cheers.